Thanks very much, Marissa, and thanks a million for the invitation to be here. It's really wonderful. I mean, as Ombudsperson for Children, I've been seeing every day the enormous impact on children of going into care, but also the enormous impact children in care can have on society if you listen to them, if you give them their head, if you give them an opportunity to speak up and to influence decision making. So it's really fabulous to be here. There's still stigma, there's still concerns, there's still people judge the book by the cover. So I think you've really picked a fabulous theme here to try and start people to think differently around that. You know, to recognise that, okay, you hear the child is in care, but that doesn't tell you the whole story. There's so much more underneath that, so much more in the book to be read. So it really is fantastic, and congratulations to the young people who come up with that theme. And I suppose today, we're coming into the 8th year of Care Day. From humble beginnings, it's now a nationally recognised and international World Care Day as well. It's so important. And when we talk about those humble beginnings, tomorrow is my 8th anniversary when the President signed my appointment, and I've been at every one of the Care Days since then, thankfully. The joy is to see it grow. There's a few of us here who remember we had about 25 kids in our office with nothing but pizza and orange maiwadi. So to see where we are, very posh, very posh. You know, we've come a long way, very long way. There was people breakdancing and singing, but it was just as much fun. But the idea was, the germ of the idea was, let's show more than just we're in care. Let's show who we really are. So I'm really fantastic to be here. And again, I think it's a great tribute to the Minister O'Gorman and Minister O'Brien, because their department is children and youth, plus diversity, integration and equality, everything that's important for children in care. So they cover the whole range of children in care, so it's great to see them being here and showing the power that they bring to an event like this, so it's fantastic for them to do that. And the exhibition again, I mean, looking at the pictures, chatting to some of the young people, it's a real picture of hope, but it's also a picture of where our children get their comfort, where they get their resilience, the things that keep them going, and that's fantastic to see as well. So again, thank you to every one of the children, because there's a vulnerability in putting that out there. But there's also a great sense of, I know who I am because I'm choosing an object and I'm telling you my story around it. So again, the quality of the work is fantastic. Particularly struck by a number of the photographs, and I hope I don't leave anybody out here, but from Kai, who found his own tribe or community to help him through the challenges in his care journey. Emily, who encourages children and young people to look forward and believe in themselves, because we can't change our past. But by focusing on doing what you love now, you're creating a new pathway. You're creating new opportunities for yourself into the future. Andrea and Clara, who both speak about the importance of creating memories and milestones and generating your own pieces of history that you carry with you. So important in life and in care and in aftercare. Julianne highlighted her journey towards maturity through the picture of her new phone, and the importance of that phone and the importance of how that shows I'm connecting with the world again, and that's who I am, and it's part of my journey to do that, and I'm ready for that. Keane's rabbit, Stella's teddy, Kylie's earphones, they all highlight children in care need and deserve familiarity, stability, consistency. And we don't know where they're going to take that from. We've got to always be aware that the one thing that we think is a small, insignificant thing could be hugely important to an individual child, and that's really highlighted here. Jerry and Hannah use books to explain what's meaningful to them and the importance of education. Hannah reminds us the value that we need to keep reminding ourselves of how important it is that our young girls are being educated when so many around the world are not getting that opportunity. And again, she's thinking outside of herself, telling the world and reminding the world of that. So for me, every single photo is special and it reveals a unique insight. And they're brought together by Alan's photo, which tells about the importance of the Epic Young People's Group, the Youth Council, who will never stop campaigning for change, will never stop campaigning. Even when they get knocked down, they'll get back up again. The old Jumbalumba song, I'm old enough to remember that one. I never danced to it. But you get knocked down, you get back up again. If you get down 7 times, you get back up 8. Isn't that right, Alan? And I think that's so important. It really is so important. Our job is to hopefully prevent them getting knocked down too often. but always be there to help them get back up again. And in my role as Ombudsperson, I find it so inspiring to see this stuff, and I take my own role as an advocate very, very seriously in regards to care experience children. I try to listen as much as I can. I've visited different places. I've got those letters that Kate talked about, and I've met some of the young people in regard to it. And even just the listening is so valuable. For me, the stuff I hear can change the way you see a bit of policy. If I hear a story, it just changes what legislation looks like. It urges me in a different direction. It confirms what we're thinking. So the importance today is about seeing behind that book, the cover of the book, seeing what the potential is for these young people and listening to them in the way they should be. So to me, the speakers then really represent parts of the system that must come together to be the force for care experienced children and young people that's necessary to give life to their vision. And I look forward to all of us here in the adult side of this world trying to make life better for people in the care experience. And for me, it's just such a joy. You know, I think both the Minister and Kate have talked about the joy that comes from being here. And every time I meet with care experienced young people, that's what I get. Tough times, but real joy, because they know the value of life. They know how to enjoy it, they know how to put it out there. And then for me, all I want to say is thank you for being there and keeping doing it. And we will do as much as we can on our side. And thank you all to Epic for bringing today together. Thank you very much.